and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. When you change, there's new energy. What does home feel like for you? This moment is perfect. We love our routines. We love our life the way it is, the way it has been. We believe that we've actually made it such that this is what we like. This is what we want. But in fact, it is life that has trained us. There are things that we cannot change. You remember the serenity prayer, right? No knowledge is new. No knowledge is new. It was always there. The difference between this group and anybody else is that the training is to catch that agitation before it comes. And that only comes when you meditate. To accept the things you cannot change, to change things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two. What can be accepted and what cannot. When you have to keep quiet and when you have to stand up and fight. That wisdom is not something I can impart to you. That wisdom is your own. And it is your own training and your own entrance into that space which tells you what is right and what is wrong in that situation. Because nothing is black and white. Nothing is black and white. And in spite of everything, we all live, we all survive, we have that tremendous instinct to get through things, that we will survive this, we will get through this. It is there in each one of us. So, some of you may clamp down and keep quiet, say, I better not say anything now. It's all difficult, but I should keep my counsel to myself. Others might find they have a platform in which to talk, in which to say freely what they want to say. Because last time I heard this country still had freedom of speech. But forgetting the political arena for a moment, although it's very hard to do so, it keeps popping up. And that's when my meditation and my training comes into play. But I have to bring it back to just the mundane, just the ordinary, just everyday stuff that goes on. We want life to be on our schedule. We have decided what's good for us and what's not good for us. And the slightest change throws us into a lot of confusion. It sets us off balance. It's like, when we do that meditation, when I tell you to do a little U-turn, and you're doing left nostril and then right, left nostril and then right. And this circle is really going well, really going well, really going well. And then I say, okay, now switch it. And you're like, oh, okay, this way. And mentally you're doing this other picture of getting the other circle back. That's what we do all the time. That's what we do all the time. When you change, there's new energy. So when we used to go for silence courses, and I did a lot of that for about 10 years, we had our favorite spots where we would sit, just like Lori sits there and you sit there and you sit there. We had our favorite spots. And we put our energy into that spot. And then the instructor comes and says, okay, change it all. Change it all. And then it takes a while. It takes a while. But ultimately, you're in a silence course. Once you close your eyes, you go into the same place. It doesn't matter where you sit. That's exactly what I told Paula today. She said, "Is anybody coming?" I said, "I don't know. I don't know. I would like there to be more people because it is your energy that I feed off of. When I look at your faces, when I look at your expression, when I look at your energy, the words come to me. So the more people that there are, the better it is for all of us around. Don't think that I am creating this. It's being created by you. But once I close my eyes and sit comfortably with your back straight, I'm in the other world. I'm in the world of the divine. I'm in the world of silence and space and universes. It doesn't matter where you are. I've moved home maybe 8 or 9 times. Many times when I was a young girl. My father was in a job that transferred, and my husband, we moved around a lot until we came to America, and for some reason we stayed put. But as soon as I put my paintings on the wall, I was home. It would take me some time to adjust, to find where we're going and where the bathroom is at night. But the paintings went up and I was home. So the thing to understand, or the thing to recognize, or the thing to identify is, what does home feel like for you? What is home? Right? When I listen to music, I'm home. When I play tennis, I'm home. When I'm writing on my computer, I'm home. When I'm playing with my doggy, I'm home. There are certain things we need that immediately make us feel life is good, everything is good. It doesn't matter what confusion is taking place outside. It doesn't matter. There can be riots on the street. There can be people walking in purple clothes. There can be a revolution where everybody dyes their hair red. People can do crazy things. And it's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to worry about it because you are home. Understanding that you are home, or what home is extremely important. I taught children, Indian mythology for a very long time in this house. I used to get like 25, 30 kids coming, Indian children coming. And I would teach them Indian mythology, and I would teach them Indian stories. And I used to notice that there was a lot of shame for kids for being non-white. There was a lot of shame attached to speaking in their native language. When their grandmothers came in Indian outfits, they felt ashamed. They didn't want them to come to sports day in an Indian outfit. When I first came to this country, my sister told me, "Don't you dare go to grocery store in your Indian outfit." Because those were the days. She had come from the days of dot busters where they used to get people. So she would tell me all this. Nowadays, it's much more commonplace to see people in their clothes, and like they're more Indian people. It's more accepted, and everything is good. But the change is always hard because I'm questioning it. This is an outfit I'm comfortable with. If I have to go and buy milk, do I need to change into a pair of pants so that everybody accepts me? I'm fine as I am. I'm fine because I'm home. And in these classes, that's what I tried to show children, that you gotta be comfortable with this space that is me, that is I. This identity has to be very strong, and it must not be in the color of your skin. It must not be in the color of your hair, the way you dress, the language you speak, the ethnicity you belong to, the religion you follow. It must not be any of those things. Self-pride is in humanity. I tried to teach them of an expanding world where everybody is accepted, where everybody is the same. And you don't have to be anybody to feel comfortable. And if it's a strain all day to be someone else, then you must be able to come back to something that feels comfortable and that feels like home. It has to be there. Because many things change in your life, but that sense of comfort that you feel when everything is at peace, that never changes, because that isn't in a thing. It isn't in the activity that you do, but it is in the feeling that rises up in you. So for you, it might be a dog, petting a dog. For you, it might be cooking a soup. For you, it might be going for a walk. Many things, we do many different things. But the sensation, the feeling that we return to is that all is fine with the world. Everything is okay just as it is. This moment is perfect. There could be anything happening outside of me. For all I know, there could be a mob waiting to come in to attack me. And that has happened. I have lived through that. That has happened when they came to our building in Mumbai. Okay, and you have that sense of fear. But what's the worst that's going to happen to you? I always think of this, that I die. Okay, I'm going to die anyway.
Pretty bad.
So if that's the worst, it's be over, finished, I'm dead, gone, everything's finished. That's the worst that can happen. But what we make in our living life is utter misery thinking of things we can't control. Things that's not in our hands. We did what we had to do. And still things went another way. So what? So what? Now you can't control it. So you have two choices. You can either sit and be thoroughly miserable and complain and fight and everything. Or you can just say, okay, it is what is. What am I going to do? What am I going to do about this? Because beyond and above, you have to get back to center. You have to get back to center. And even if it's for a short time, I'm telling you, even 5 seconds of touching that divine gives you that feeling that it's all good. Nothing's going to happen. Everything changes. And I know what each one of you is thinking about, and I promise you it will change. I promise you, trust me when I say it will change. Everything changes. The only thing that is steady is this feeling inside you that it's all okay. I know you understand what I'm talking about. That feeling that you don't need anything, anyone, any place, anything to make you feel better. It's okay as it is. You don't have a headache. You don't have body pain. You've just taken that tablet and the tablet has kicked in. What an amazing feeling that is. When that pain disappears, that thinking about the pain disappears, and you're just okay. You're not great. You're not ready to jump off the roof saying, oh wow, life's fantastic. It's okay. It's okay as it is. We are all so different. We attempt to change other people, change their views about things. Each one accusing the other of being a liar. Because we have, my version of the truth is the only version of the truth. Right? It's a waste. It's an exercise in futility. I am not in charge of your opinion. Your opinion is none of my business. You think what you want to think. You live in your world. You live with your reality. But whatever reality you're living with, that's about to change. The only thing that is guaranteed in this life is change. Your body changes, your mind changes, your attitude changes, everything changes. Your allegiance changes. This side to that side to this side. Are we adapting? Are we trying to curry favor by flip-flopping on one side and the other? Or do we get back to that center? Do we get back to center? You know, one of the reasons I admired Gandhi so much was that in spite of all the imprisonment, the beatings, the hangings, the atrocious things that British did, he would not be moved to violence. In fact, when riots broke out in Calcutta, Gandhi went on a fast unto death. He was just refused to eat, and they could not afford him dying. So much was his strength, his spiritual strength, that I stand for peace, and he made them stop the rioting. He made the fighting stop. Just with the strength of ahimsa, non-violence. I don't want violence in this world. I don't want it. I want people to understand that the way forward has to be peaceful, because truth will prevail. We have a very famous saying in India, Satyameva Jayate. Always truth prevails. Truth is the center of dharma. Dharma is the path of righteousness, and truth lies at its core. Truth lies at its core. Truth will always prevail, and if you believe that, you will never be frightened of what happens around you. You will never fear for your own safety. You will never wonder, oh my God, do I have to do this to change? Do I have to do that to change? And if you have to, in the short run, do it. If it means you will survive, do it. If it's a question of life and death, do it. In the long run, everything anyway changes. You are not the same child that was in your mother's arms. You just are not. So then why do you expect that everything else will be the same? Everything changes. Everything changes. And you either accept it or not. But the wisdom to know what to accept and what to reject, that is very special. That doesn't come to everybody. It doesn't come to everybody. It comes to special people. And if you are one of those, you are blessed. Am I saying I'm one of those? No, I'm making no claims. No claims. I'm a work in progress.